Hey, good afternoon. This is David, and I am one half of davidandkath.com. Today what I'd like to do is review an article that Kath and I posted on our blog. It's called A New Culture of Paradigm Refugees. You know, the global paradigm shift that ushered in this new technologically advanced era, it displaced millions of people, creating a new culture, and we call them paradigm refugees. What are they? A mass of people forced out of their jobs, many out of their homes, and all of them out of the lives they were accustomed to living without a single warning. People left scrambling to survive, struggling, if you will, to adapt to an environment not only completely unfamiliar to them, but one that seemed to be in a state of continual ongoing change and confusion, making the task of figuring out how to navigate through it very, very difficult. However, sometimes disruption in life is not only necessary, but purposeful for exacting changes that will not take place without it. As we moved closer towards the end of the 20th century, it became more and more apparent as a society that we had outgrown the confines of the rules, boundaries, and norms that had been created to support and maintain a century-old industrial age culture. By the way, that culture no longer existed. And although most people tend to think this global paradigm shift descended upon us, poof, immediately out of nowhere, the truth actually is, for the last 25 years, we have been moving very steadily towards it. The groundwork for the technologically advanced era you now see in front of you was being laid right before our very eyes. Anyone could have seen it if they cared to notice. But most of us were too wrapped up in our own lives to pay attention, and quite honestly, we preferred to remain blissfully ignorant to what, if anything, all the subtle changes going on around us actually meant. But hindsight is always 20/20. More important is, where do we go from here? I can't help but think of the Best Buy commercials that were running during the holiday season. I actually loved them. Santa announces that people are going to need help with their new gifts, so he brings in a new elf. His name is Kenneth, to help devise a plan, by the way, to meet all of the demand. Kenneth starts giving his speech on how they aren't going to just drop the hottest new tech toys down the chimney and prance away. They're going to offer exceptional customer support on the phone and online. And it's going to take place on Christmas Day. Then he asks, "Who's with me?" Suddenly there's dead silence, and you get that deer in the headlight look on all the faces of the elves in the room. That's the reaction you get nowadays when you talk to people and you ask them, where do you go from here? The reason for that reaction isn't because they are ignorant boobs. It's because the answers have not yet been created. We find ourselves not only at the beginning of a new year, but at the beginning of a new, exciting era. We'd like to make a couple of suggestions as you head into 2011. Number one, you've got to let go. In order to take full advantage of the possibilities that await you in this new year and this new era, you're going to have to let go of what you think you know. All the things that used to be, and the rules and norms and boundaries that were designed and worked well in the industrial era. They will not work in this new technologically advanced era. Remember, the majority of information, techniques, programs, opportunities that are out there on the internet, they evolved from 20th century thinking. Be cautious. Make sure you plug into forward-thinking 21st century information only. Number two, be open to different. Understand up front that the answers for surviving and thriving in the 21st century are going to be new, innovative, and unfamiliar. They are going to require a new perspective, a new approach, and will need to be met with a new attitude of openness. Number three, you must embrace change. The Achilles heel of humanity is change. Mankind is nothing but predictable when it comes to the lengths we'll go to avoid, duck, weasel out, bypass, or circumvent the process of change. But the changes taking place now around you are not going to just disappear because you stomp your feet, cross your arms, and refuse to budge. It's like standing on the street defying a car coming at you at 65 miles per hour. We don't have to wonder who's going to win. As we move forward in 2011, we will be sharing a lot of new information with you. It's the kind of forward-thinking 21st century information that will assist you in not only adjusting to this brave new world, but conquering it. Again, this is David with davidandkath.com. Have yourself a great day.